Hello, everybody. This is Pam. Of course, who else will it be? And there's nobody here, so it's okay. I'm just gonna start talking because most people listen to this on repeat, like if they listen to it at all. So that's what I will do. I'll just leave it as it's alive. But if you don't catch it live, you can come in and listen to it as if it were just like a recorded video. Okay. So welcome whoever's here. I just came on about 37 seconds ago, so it's all good. Um, Today is Friday, September 26th, 2025. It's 10:33 p.m. 10:34 right now. So, hello. Thank you for the thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Um, what's going on today? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, I'm going to put this in the chat just because I don't know. If you can't hear me, then you don't know. Okay. I do understand some people don't like to talk, and that's okay too. It's fine. You know, more times than not, do I go on and make a video, or I go on and listen to videos, not making videos, but I listen to videos and I don't talk. And that's fine, you know? I mean, not everybody wants to talk, or, you know, some people just record it or whatever. It used, back in the day when I was on YouTube, like every day, 3, 4 times a day, I hated it. It used to make him and talk. So I think, oh, they're recording. I don't care. I don't care because anything I say is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And you know how they say, I said it and I said it. That's what I said. You know, if I said it, I said it. So I'm not going to say anything I don't truly mean or feel. So we'll talk about a lot of stuff and, you know, about basically me, or not me, but, you know, I'll tell you how I'm feeling about things and how I'm feeling about the outside YouTube world and my world and, you know, whatever. Still, my world is kind of still sucking. It, if I get it for a moment, I have like cats running around all over the place. I'm trying to catch them to put them in their room. And, you know, I leave some cats out. I put some cats in a certain room so they could sleep because if not, they'll run all over the place. And sometimes they do well when they're all out. It's the kittens. And sometimes they don't do so well because they get into everything. I mean, crazy everything. Then my brother trolls the house all night. Pam, have you seen the cats? Pam, look at the cats, what they're doing. I don't want to look at cats. I see cats all the time. I know what cats do. They do cat things. I want to see people. I love cats. If I didn't love cats, I wouldn't feed cats. I wouldn't take them to the vet. But I don't want to look at cats. They walk in, they walk out. But if they, you know, stop. That's a cat. That's a kitten. Yeah. So anyway, can you all hear me? If you can hear me, at least put a 1 or well, I see 2 thumbs up, so I guess you can maybe. Okay, I'm hoping you can. Yeah. I hope so because these cats were in here. The cats were walking about my computer, my desk, because I'm on a PC. I no longer have an iPad. Well, the last time I had an iPad, it stopped working. You couldn't hear it. The something was wrong with the sound. And then I hadn't used it, then it kind of died. And I have yet to get another one. I mean, eventually, maybe one day I will, but that's not my top priority right now. I mean, for God, heavens, no. Um, Yep. What recapping? What I saw Chantel did a 6 hour live. Oh my god. Um, that's kind of crazy. Um, I personally did not watch. I watch reactors. I usually watch her reactors. Oh, here goes Hercules. Listen. Come here, Hercules! Hercules! Come here. Come on. For God's sakes, get in here. Come on. He does this screaming, hollering, crying. There's nothing wrong with him. It's just him. It's what he does. And like he's like in the next room, he does not like to be left alone. And he's not alone. Hold on, let me bring him in here because if I don't bring him in here, he's gonna start this again. Need a break. Uh, Come on, get in here. Who are you? Oh man, here's two. There's three. Let me see. Who are you? Let's see. The red one? Alright. Come on. Come on. Oh shit. Who are you? Ah, I don't laugh. Come on, Hercules. I swear to God, I can't even have a minute. I can't even have a minute. Not even a minute. Go lay down. Go lay down. I'm gonna try to stay in hot. I take it the air was turned off. Okay. Anyway, I am back. I don't see anybody here. I'm almost wondering if you all can hear me. Hey, Glasgow. Things are okay. You know, not too much has changed. I was collecting cats to put them away. um, just here. Um, I yeah. Everything's about the same as it ever was. Nothing's changed. I'm hoping some things will change. I pray for it every night. Give me something new in my life, you know. Um, I mean, nothing's worse, and I guess that's a good thing because things could always get worse. You know, when you think, oh, things can't get no worse than oh, yes, they can. Things can get a hell of a lot worse than they are now. You know, things can get a hell of a lot worse. So I'm very blessed that they're not worse. They're the same. Um, I have hope that I'm going to go out and do something fun in about 2 weeks. Hope, hope. It doesn't look like I'm going to have a car before, you know, probably about 3 to 4 weeks. Hey, Callum, how are you? Yeah, so hopefully, you know, when I get a car, I'm going to go back to work. I don't know what I'm going to do. DoorDash, I don't know. But I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something and right away, too. That's true. That's true. I mean, there's always somebody worse. There's things always worse. You know, when I think I've hit the bottom, no. Aw, I'm sorry, Kellen. What's going on, Kellen? Yeah. Um, you know, when I think about things, I think, well, you had an accident, you know, and I didn't even really get hurt at all. You know, it could have been worse than that. Could have gotten hurt. I could have been in a hospital. I could have had medical bills behind it because that guy had crap insurance um, that I would have been stuck with, but I did not. So, so I'm stuck in the house a bit. You got that? Aw, that's very true. That's very, very true. But you know what? I always say, like, and this applies even to you, maybe, Callum. You know, we all have good days, we all have bad days. But if we had all good days, we wouldn't appreciate, if we all had all good days, the really good days we wouldn't appreciate because they're all good. That's why I guess we get the bad days thrown in there. Sometimes it seems like the bad days are more than the good days, but it really isn't, I don't think. I mean, I can honestly say though, I don't think I've been on the upswing in my life for about a year. Not really. This last 2025 thus far has been a lower. It's not been on the betterment, better. I've been on the lower end of good, but had accident and other few little things went on. But I do say that I'm surprisingly really good health. I don't have many medical issues at all, you know, and you know, are you taking anything for your depression, Callum? I remember I used to take all those medications, and I don't take nothing now. I think the medications make you feel worse. I mean, if you take them, that's great. Oh, I'm sorry. It's hard to watch somebody that you love going through something. It's really hard, and you can't really do anything about it, but be there for them. It's hard to be, and just like it's hard to see somebody going through something, and you kind of know the answer, but you can't tell them because to tell somebody the answer or what you think, sometimes we need to though. Sometimes it's a chemical thing. I mean, I remember I used to take all that stuff now. True enough. I think, well, I know you're not in America, and neither of you are, but, America, we are over medicated. But sometimes the medication is very important too, you know. I don't either. I don't take anything. I don't take nothing. I take one thing once a week and that's it. And that's nothing more, nothing less. But it is hard to, be in a situation where somebody you love is going through something and you could see it. And you probably have a pretty good idea of how they could help themselves, but you can't tell them or what they should do because people got to go through that. Like here. Oh, you're on psych meds. Okay. Oh man. Oh, I can imagine. That affects the whole family. I'll tell you, when I know people that have family members that have drug problems and everything like that, and you watch it, you see it, you man, and there's really no easy answer because the only person who could really help, I guess, is the person they gotta want to get help. If they don't want to get help, then there's nothing you could do. I mean, you could commit them. I don't know if they have that where you're at, you know, commit them to a place. But if they don't really want the help, I don't know what you could do about it. So, yeah, there's bigger problems in the world than what I have, or, feeling a little bored or lonely or whatever. Somebody else has bigger problems. And what's really weird? I used to always think it was only the United States that really had those problems because I mean it's so prevalent here. It's like I think one out of two families has a problem with drugs or addiction, and it doesn't always have to be addiction either. I mean drugs. It can be any other kind of addiction too. But you know, I don't know if that's a very you know broad statement to say, but I think it's a very prevalent problem here in the U.S. I've only been out of the United States really well twice. I went to Canada once, and I went to Paris once, and I haven't been anywhere else. In my mind, I have, but in reality, no, I haven't. Did you watch Chantel today? The 6 hour live supposedly she had. Good evening from Australia. Really? Wow. It's 10:51 p.m. here. Wow. So it's Saturday. Hey Nova, how are you? Welcome. Callum's here. Glasgow's here. I don't know who else is here, but hey, whoever's here, welcome. And I do appreciate you. Nova's here. Everybody. Oh, well, I'm glad you came. I'm glad you're here. I I want to come back. I want to be here more often. It's just I don't have a lot to talk about. you know. Oh, it's Saturday afternoon. Okay, it's still Friday here. Girl, you know what? I feel the same way. And I had to ask somebody, and I hope she didn't get mad at me, but I had to ask, and I will talk about that. You know, I oh, okay, so you're like in the morning. Okay, so you're quite a few hours ahead. What gets me, so everybody's on Saturday, I'm still behind. Things haven't happened yet. Um, what I don't understand is like, okay, I said, well, if you don't like, and I said this to a reactor, I'll say whom, but do you like Chantel? Well, I never said I didn't like her. You know, I don't like what they do. I don't like Chantel. You know, I mean, like I told you, I don't even talk about Amberlyn. I don't talk about them. You know, they're not relevant. You know, to me, they're relevant, but they're not. I kind of mark them off like no, no, no. You know, I don't talk about them. But you know, when I think about Chantel, like I can't, I won't, I won't. I mean, I watch through other. I listen to reaction like garlic bread and all that, and that's fine. You know, I like when he breaks it down quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I like other reactors too. You know, I like No Man This Life. I like what's her name? Fat Cow. I like what's her name? Oh God, what is it? Yava. I like her sometimes. I like them, but I always wonder. Okay, they say she's funny. I don't really find the humor in Chantel. I find it quite disgusting. And the reason why I find her disgusting is because I think she's taken such a mockery over so many things. And the people who kind of like get a kick out of it. I don't get a kick out of her, you know, taking advantage of children with autism or Down syndrome, or I don't get a kick out of her abusing animals. I don't get a kick out of watching her. You know, I get a kick out of watching her struggle and see deep down inside. And this is wrong to say, but I'm going to say it because I'm here. I kind of wish I like to see something happen. Not dead per se, but to see her get in a situation where now she's going to be taken advantage of. Like they said, somebody said that she was getting money. She got money, and she was going to purchase an apartment, and she put a deposit down. I don't believe that story for nothing in the world. Do not believe it. Do not believe it. I believe she's taking that money. That's right, consequences. You know, when she was talking all that crap to Sala, low key, this is facts. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking, well, he should come home, pick her big ass up, put her ass in a car, and say, "You're out of here. We're not gonna wait. We're not gonna get you a ticket. I'm gonna drop you off at the border, and you have at it. You're out of here. You're talking about my family. You know, either give her card back or break it, whatever. Hey, he's not responsible for her. They're not really married. What would it matter?" And I said, "Well, that's just being evil, Pam." But I feel that way because of the things she does, and it seems like YouTube turns a blind eye to her. I mean, everybody turns a blind eye to her, and sometimes I wonder, is it the dollars that come in and they make off of her, and even the reactors? Sometimes I wonder, um, because I find her vile. I find her having in no redeeming qualities. Nothing. I mean, even when she sits there and cries and all that. No, you're a grown woman. You know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. It's not. It's not up for debate. She's slow. She's not slow. She's not unaware. She knows exactly what she's doing. She went back to she went to Syria. Now I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know anything about that. Middle East, to be honest with you. I've never had any interest in it. But I knew one thing: Syria wasn't a place I wanted to be. It was never on my bucket list to go. The Middle East was never on my bucket list. Even though, uh, what is the place? They have the chocolate. Oh, thank you, Nova, so much. Love you, thank you. Uh, it was just never, ever, ever on my bucket list. I could pick 100 other places I'd rather go, and none of them are in the Middle East. Although I do like that chocolate that they have with the so good. Um, I can't think of the name of it, but it's really good. It's really, really, really good. The pistachio in it, it's so really good. Um, but I just don't. I don't see her ever getting consequences. Yeah, but it's not that she doesn't understand that he's there for her. You know, she knows exactly what she's in it for. She knows exactly why he's there. And you're asking people to pay your way home. You're asking people to buy you an apartment that you're going to return 9 times out of 10. Dubai, yes, Dubai. Oh, it's really good. That is so good. Oh my God, it's just delicious. Um, but yeah, I'm like, what the heck? You know, how do you, how do you go back, cry for money? No, she has no shame. I mean, I've always thought, I have no problems with people coming on and, you know, maybe getting whatever, doing whatever. But and this is against YouTube's terms of service, is this to beg outwardly. I am grifting. I am here to grift you. Send me money for this, but I don't have to show you no proof what I'm using the money for. Like she did that to that little girl Sasha, or the cat. I was over the moon happy that she got in trouble for that. I was like, now she'll get in trouble. Well, then I had to think about, no, YouTube isn't going to do anything about that. That YouTube, it's a private issue. I don't think it had anything breaking the terms of service per se. I think it had to do with breaking the laws of Kuwait. That's why she hightailed it out of there, and Salah went over to Syria. But I don't think. But there's so many things that she has done, you know, that is against the terms of service. I mean, just things like she's not even supposed to be there. She really is. And remember, I said the other day, and I do believe this is true. She has better health than people give her credit for. I think because she was out of there in a hot minute. How are you doing, Nova? How's your grandchildren? I know you were expecting another grandchild, correct? I thought maybe that was going to be the thing that tipped the thing where she would be out of there, but no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. She has no shame, It's like there's no shame to her game. But I'm not here to drag her. I mean, I'm just talking facts. I just, in my mind, when I think about it, I say, well, you know, do the reactors feel as disgusted with her as the people who just sit back and watch? I mean, I'm not getting on there and I'm not gonna, share videos and no, I'm not gonna do all that. Yeah, I'll talk about it, sure. But because I just think it's just so ugh. But yeah, I just her health will catch up with her eventually. I mean, you know, for her to be so gluttonous and the way she eats. Oh, you don't watch her? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. She is in Syria. She was in Kuwait, and then she took some cat and some kitten, and she was about to get in big trouble from the government of Kuwait. Everybody reported her, and da 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 da. Da. She ran back to Canada, and he went to Syria. Now, I don't think he's allowed to go back to Kuwait. So now, after a little while, she went flying back to Syria where he's at, and which is like ridiculous. Why? I mean, they don't even have running water there. Really, they don't have electricity. I know, isn't it crazy? It's like, how do you even explain that? Somebody who rolls down the hill is showing they're grossly obese. They're just have an eating disorder, and I don't know that I think she has. Well, maybe binge eating, but I just think she's just a glutton. I think she doesn't have a filter in her life. She just does whatever crosses her mind. Oh, I'll do this, oh, I'll do that. But you know what? Okay, 41 isn't old, but it's not new. It's not young. Yeah. Hold on. Cat. Stop it. Cat. They're constantly. I mean, yeah, I think so too. I think she has no filters, nobody tells her no. Nobody tells her no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. Nobody there's no rules for her. There's absolutely no rules for her. And I think that's how it has been for her all her life though. I don't think her mom could handle her, or the grandmother could handle her. I don't think anybody could handle her. And they just kind of gave her what she wanted. And that's why she gets away with the things that she does, is because Cutie's so cute, or Chantel is just doing this, and they think it's just nice, and not nice, but they just probably laugh about it. But that might be your undoing. That might be something that's going to end your life. Then what? You know, then what? Yeah, she's very greedy. That is what is crazy. I don't even see where you get all the food at. I mean, you're obviously not eating McDonald's. I mean, there's no McDonald's there. There's no Burger King. There's no. I mean, there's potato chips, of course, and there's probably soda, and but you know, she eats in such huge amounts. I mean, it is a lot of calories you have to put in your body to gain that much weight. I mean, and to be that big, you have to eat more than the average person. Wow. And where do you get all this food? A hubcaps. I don't even think she has rice there. I don't know. I remember in Kuwait though, she was eating like crazy. Oh my god, it was like nuts. Like how the hell? That kept me on my diet really well. Like what the hell? That's what I do though. I sometimes watch people when I'm feeling like uh not as strong as being, on my diet. I watch people eat and I'm like, ugh, I don't want all that. do better, you know. Oh, I did go and I found that on Kiwi Farms. I saw that of Amy's life journey. Yeah, or Amy. Yeah, Ramadan. Amy Ramadan. Yeah, it really would. I just can't imagine. You know, I just can't imagine. I think if I was her, I would go. I honestly, in all truth, would never suggest weight loss surgery to anybody. You know, her I would, but see, for her it would never work because she doesn't know how to control herself. I saw a kid, a picture of a little baby. I couldn't tell if that was the one from before or not. It mentioned her having cancer. I mean, again, like I said, you know, I felt kind of bad because of all the like, you know, I put people like in order, and I mean, I wasn't one of her fans, and you know, we had a mostly by my mouth, um, a bad experience together, but I feel kind of bad that she's not back online. I see she's still doing her crafts and I guess selling them or whatever, which is nice. I don't know if she had a kid or if she has cancer. I couldn't really get a fact on it. It didn't really say anything for facts. It's just like here's a picture of a kid and you know it didn't say for sure. I saw that the skunk died, which was sad. Um, I just looked and I'm like, I always wonder why she didn't come back. You know, why didn't she come back to YouTube? You gotta let things go. You know, like people are gonna talk about you all day long. And if they're talking about you, then you're on their mind. So then people will follow you. When they don't talk about you, they're not following you. And she could come back and do her thing. You don't have to show your kids. I mean, if I had little kids or anything like that, I surely never would show my little children. Grandchildren, no. I wouldn't show my neighbor's kids, no. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. CPS, yeah. I mean, she did get in trouble for that, I think, with the spoon thing. I remember that. And yeah, I remember that. That was pretty. That's a hard thing to come back from, you know. It's a hard thing when you're accused of like any sort of abuse. Either you did or you didn't, or you know. I mean, yeah, you know, you don't use items to hit your kids. I mean, you just don't. And it's a hard way to come back. But okay, you apologize to the kid, you say, I'm sorry I put you all through this. And, you know, that's true. I remember that. I can't even remember his name. But I'm surprised she never did come back. Maybe her husband said she couldn't. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe. Uh, it used to seem that she really liked you too. No, no, I don't even talk. I don't even watch. I mean, no, I don't. No, I'm talking about Amy's life. Amy Ramadan. That's true. Amerlin Reed is a whole different mess. uh, Amy Ramadan. I think her name is, what was in her Amy's life journey, or wasn't it something like that, or Amy, it might have been just Amy Ramadan. Her channel was before all that happened. She did the nails. She did. It was it was a mess, but she was interesting a little bit, not a lot. But once you did that, once the kids or the pets, it's like it's so hard to come back. Oh yeah, she really has. That's another one. I mean, I don't understand. They're so young. I mean, and these people are so young, and they're like, I think about it like this. I've been every size from really overweight to like just average. Okay, that's where I'm like now average. But you don't see a lot of people 60 or 70 who are really overweight. Not, and if they are, they're not very mobile. You know, I wish I could too, but I just don't have. I don't have what you call it on my this computer right now. Yeah, but I do think she tried to follow it a little bit more than Chantel. Chantel is just too much. Chantel is a control freak. Even in Kuwait, she didn't follow any rules. I mean, they're doing the call to prayer, and she's over here just laughing and doing everything. Never even pauses because it's on. I think Amy Ramadan would have paused, and she would have even, I mean, I don't know what's in her heart or anything like that, but I believe she would have at least acknowledged it. But Chantel doesn't even pause. Heck, she could be during what's that called that they have the Ramadan. Not even nothing, nothing. She had no clue, don't care. I mean, I'm surprised she didn't rebuke the Muslim faith right there in. Oh yeah, I don't think so either. I think maybe now that he's back with his family again, and I do think he does have another family. I will say that because I was thinking about it. I do think Salah has another family. I do think. And I do think that little girl, Sasha, might be his child. No, she'll try to fake it. She'll try to do any of that. I think she did up until she's ready to go home or the money. I think truthfully, I think she just found out that that little girl was his. I think they were not, or if not his, or there's somebody else in his life, and I don't think it's Chantel. Maybe even that Nora person, you know, because Chantel's a cash cow. That's all she is a cash cow. Without the money, she is no use there because she's not a viable wife. She's not a Muslim wife. She's not. She can't get him to Canada. Can't get. She can't get him to Kuwait. She can't. He. I don't even think he can go to Thailand. You know. I don't even think he has a job. And the only reason that I think that he's even puts up with the foolishness that she gives is because he needs that money. Yes. Yes, I do. I don't think I do believe in tarot cards. Yes, I do think that. I think Chantel put her head in the sand, and she didn't want to see, or she knew, but she thought she could change things with him, but she couldn't. Do you believe in them? Do you watch? What is there's like two or three people who do the tarot cards on YouTube, and I watch them. Some I think are better than others. No, but have you seen uh Munching? Oh, okay. I'll watch tonight. I don't have screen. What's it called? That screen thing where I can share it. I don't have that anymore. I wish I could, Callum. I really would, but I just don't have it, and I don't know how to do it on my computer. I don't really have. I'm sure I could learn how, but I don't have it on here. What's it called? That screen. I had it before, and I got rid of it because you had to pay for it, and I ain't about paying for nothing right now. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I always try to find some stuff to watch. Now, do you watch Yaba and FFG, or do you just want watch one or the other? Stop it! Sorry. Stop it. Get in here, Cora. Get in here. Get in here, big girl. Come on. Really? I will definitely watch it tonight. I'll come on tomorrow and I'll let you know. On the nature strip? Wow. Oh no. What are you doing, you crazy? Please send me. Who's doing all the scratching? Yeah. Oh yeah. I watch her because she's on usually um in the morning. And that's like when I was driving, I would listen to her. Not watch her, but I listen to her. FFG, if I catch it, I do. If I don't, I don't. Do you ever listen to No Madness Live? Where are you walking to, Callum? I mostly listen to No Madness Live. I like her. I think she's funny. she has more of a nicer. Oh, okay. Uh, Chantel. Oh, Foodie Beauty YouTube. Foodie Beauty YouTube. If you put YouTube, then you'll get her channel. If you put Foodie Beauty, then you're gonna get all the reaction channels. But if you put Foodie Beauty in YouTube, you can find her channel. Stop. Sorry, but these are cats. I have. Well, I'm not interested because they're fat. I'm interested because of what they do, and I'm not really interested. I just like it's like a shit show. That's what it is. It's a shit show. Now, if you ever watch Fat Cow, Phat Cow COW, she's really good. I like her. She's very smart. That's true. That's true, Glasgow. I don't watch her channel herself. I don't give her any. I try not to. Let's just say. Sometimes I do if but it's better to go to the reaction channels because they break it down and not all that bull stuff. I like her. I like Fat Cow. I like the other. She's like a Middle Eastern girl. Uh, and I even subscribed to her, which is really strange that I did. Falafel reacts. I like hers. I wish you could too. Maybe after a while, when I get back to work, I'll do the what you call it again, StreamYard. StreamYard, that's what it was. I just don't have it now because I'm not gonna pay that kind of money right now. It used to be like 9.95 a month. Now it's like more than that. Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes I think she looks at things like with rose-colored glasses, but I like her because she doesn't come at it like so much with anger, you know, like like with hate, you know. And but I'm the one who's so angry. I'm the one who's so like I don't get mad at the girl. I used to get mad at Amberlynn. I used to get mad at some people. I don't get mad at any of those people. I don't even care. But her, I guess it's because of the cats that I just find it like, mm, I get so mad at her. I just want like sometimes I'm like, man, I wouldn't want to meet you in person because I probably would tell you really what I thought about you, right? And I don't want, and I'm not that type of person. If I ever met somebody in person, I'm not up in your face. I'm a really quiet person. But yeah, I know. I seen her back a couple times. I've seen her videos. She had MT on there, and she had Adam and a few other people. Oh my God. I feel like Teardrop is going to be hurt so bad by Foodie because I think Teardrop is just a desperate person to be accepted. I know I was in there. She did a live with Candy Morgan, but they couldn't get it right. And I got kind of frustrated, so I left. I'm like, I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know how it's going to go. I wish her well. That's all I'll say. I wish her well because they never got along too well. So I don't know. You gotta let go. You gotta let go of the past. You gotta not get so upset. That's really weird because I think she has a really big weight problem. Munching is she is funny and she was nice and her channel was a little bit of drama and it was light and airy and all that. It was a nice channel. But then they had a lot of arguing up in there. A lot. They had a lot of arguing up in there, and sometimes, it depends if that's what you want to listen to. I miss Candy. I used to think Candy was funny. I I only came onto her channel because of remember Pink Fairy? I don't know if you remember her. Well, it was that song that Adam made, Pink Fairy, 1, 2, 3. She's the one, she was kind of overweight. Yeah, they do. and and she was beefing with La Guerra. Remember La? I had no idea who Munching was. Okay. Well, I kind of liked Pink Fairy back then. I like her now too. I do. I give her credit. She lost a lot of weight, man. Yeah, let's all go to Aldi. Yes. I don't know, but Pink Fairy is. She comes on every now and then, and she makes a video. She lost tons of weight, like 100 pounds. Okay, I think she's not doing that great because I think she gained back like 10, but 10 you can get 10 pounds off. Okay, but she had a toe removed, and well, um, she was fighting. Yeah, I have too. Well, but this is like wait. It's how I met. This is how I met. What's it called Munching, because I found Pink Fairy, like they were saying that Pink Fairy's husband was running around. Da 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 da. Da. Okay, and I found that kind of like offensive. But see, this I was still not any clue about the YouTube streets. Okay, no clue. I was just like, I was there. I was doing videos and all that stuff, but I was just da 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 make a video da 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 da. You didn't know all these little side things. Right. And so I got mad at La, and so I found out about Munching. So I became friends with Munching because of Pink Fairy. Not because I knew anything about her before, because I really didn't. I knew nothing about her. And that's how I met her, through trying to defend Pink Fairy. Now, Pink Fairy don't know nothing about what she does, because I've said a few things to her, back in the day, like, and I've tried to defend her. And then I decided you can't defend people because they don't really want to be defended. So I don't defend anybody. I mean, people can say what they want, and we don't really know the truth anyway. We just how we think it's the truth. But that's how I met Munching. I like munching. Munching is, she's had her issues with the internet, just like YouTube, just like I have. Um, you know, but I hope she can come back, and she does. And I never went and did the TikTok or anything like that. But yeah, you have to pay money if you do. If you get on the StreamYards, StreamYards, you have to pay. I on here on YouTube, I'm just on YouTube itself right now. I don't know how to do split screens, bring somebody on, and all that. I just don't know how to do it. On StreamYards, I could do that, but I don't have StreamYards because it costs money. And being that I'm not working now, and this is something I don't do every day, I'm not going to invest money into this where I don't do it every day. And this isn't my money making thing. I'm just doing this for fun. I, but eventually, maybe one day I will. But right now, I'm not investing no money into this because I have so many other things I need to pay for. And this is not one of the things I do. But no, you don't have to pay money to live stream on YouTube. But if you want to do the extra things, my life is a lot different than it used to be. My life was like back in the day. I mean, I give you some facts. My brother was working, and I had money. I didn't really work, but and life was good. I had a lot of expendable money. I got money from my husband, and everything was just great. You know, now life is like, hey, anything I do, I mean, I get money, I get, retirement, and I get benefits and stuff like that, not from the government except Social Security, and I get another little benefit, but I was working and I had an accident and I was making pretty good money every week. But being that I'm not working now because I had an accident, I don't even have a car now. So that's not a priority. Back in the day, I had no, you know, yes, it's still the same place. I mean, by now I was hoping I would have moved. I had all plans to move out of the state somewhere else. I really wanted to. Maybe I was just dreaming. I don't know, but I really wanted to because right now, I mean, my kids are grown, married, doing their thing, and I could leave. My brother, he's got some issues. He's got some issues. He's got some medical issues. He's got rheumatoid arthritis. He can't hear anymore that well, and a little bit of dementia, a little bit, and a little bit more than a little bit, and so it's not easy. Yeah, I did. I did like to go shopping. I still like to go shopping. I still do. I just don't have a car to do it. I don't have anything right now. I'm gonna have a car. I have a car. I just I'm gonna get my daughter is giving me a car. She just bought a brand new car, so she's giving me her car, which is only for about 5 years old. So she's giving me her car. So I don't even have to buy a car. But in the meantime, a car hit me from behind. totaled my car. I got pushed up into another car. I don't know if that car got totaled, and then that car pushed into another car. So 4-car accident. Yeah. So I haven't had a car since August 15th, and it's really tough. So I'm kind of like homebound. Oh, it is. It's hard. It's very hard. I mean, he's not bad, you know. I mean, he just can't remember anything, and can't remember, can't hear very well, and he won't get a hearing aid. And I'm going to take him to the doctor when I get a car. Well, we have to see a doctor in October. I want to mention it. Try to get a referral to some doctor to help get something for that. You know, I know there's medications, but he won't. He won't. He might not even do it, and I can't force him because I'm not. You know, I'm his sister. You know. I used to be gone a lot. You know, when I did DoorDash, I would be gone like at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'd come back like 5, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. And you know, I didn't. You know, my brother doesn't wander off or anything like that. Never done that yet. And uh, he just basically just sits down, looks outside, eats cookies or whatever he wants. I mean, whatever he wants, I buy him. You know, I cook. He doesn't go anywhere. Hercules is really his dog. My little Chihuahua. He's close to that dog. I have, you know, but yeah, I feel bad for him, you know, but it is hard because it's kind of like you can't um communicate too well because he doesn't remember what we talk about. We talk about something, then like maybe 10 minutes later, well, he'll say, "Did you hear about this?" I'm like, "Oh my god," you know, or like I'll say, "Don't do that," you know, "Don't leave the window open because cats get out," and then he does it again, like, oh, and and you don't want to yell at him, you know, it's not going to help anything. It's just hard. It's really hard to deal with that, you know. And I you know, my daughter told me like because I felt really bad when I had an accident. I'm home. I can't make no money. But she said, you know, maybe this is a sign that you need to be home for a while, and that maybe it's true. You know, maybe it's true. Maybe I need to see some things and take a break and, you know, and see, you know, how he was. And I mean, he's not bad. Like, that's true. I mean, that's very true. I do remind myself, and I feel bad when I lose my patience because sometimes it's like, ooh, you know, like with the pets, like the cats, I say, you gotta be careful. When you go out the door, you gotta make sure there's no cats around because I don't want the cats to run out. Because these are foster cats, you know. I mean, probably mine, but you know, um, they are fosters. If I had a car, I would be taking them to try to get at least a couple of them more adopted. Yeah, I believe that's true. Everything happens for a reason, season. Nothing happens on accident. Well, accidents happen, but you know what I mean. Yeah. But I don't like this reason. I'm tired of being home. I'm so tired of being home. Um, mm, I have 4 kittens and 3 cats. So I have 7 cats. But 4 are just fosters. The 4 are just fosters. I got rid of 2. 2 of the kittens I got rid of, so I have 4 left. One lady wanted to bring back one, but I kind of said, I told her if you really can't keep it, yeah, you can bring it back. But I prefer you not. You know, I got rid of 2 kittens, and the mom. So I got the 4, and I have my 3 because I lost one. My cat guy, the black cat, he died like around 22nd, I think. Yeah, I would have taken the cat back. I don't want any cat to be outside. Or these cats are fully, vaccinated and spayed and neutered and 100%, healthy. And they were born in a house, and they're taken well care of, and the best. Marilyn. Remember Marilyn? Yeah, I still have Marilyn. Yeah. Marilyn that was married to a guy. Oh, I felt so bad when guy died, when guy passed. And I still have Marilyn, I have Cora, and I have Bit. And 3 girls that are mine. And then I have the 4 kittens now. And they drive Cora nuts. And I have Hercules. And Cora's a black skinny cat. Yeah, she's a little skinny cat. Bit was. Do you remember Guy, the black male? That I don't know if you could see on my thing. I miss Ginger. I miss Ginger. There'll never be another Ginger. You know, I'll never have another dog like Ginger again. I don't think. I mean, I love Hercules. Don't get me wrong. I love that dog. But he's not. I mean, he's my dog, but he's more close with my brother. Guy's the one. I don't know if you see on my thing. There's a picture of a black cat. That was Guy. I still have the cup you sent me, Nola. I still have that cup. I still have everything that Ginger had, her bedding and everything. I still have all that. I love that dog. That dog was, I remember nobody else like my kids. They kind of like, Ginger, she barks so much. But yeah, she barked a lot. She didn't like cats. Oh, she didn't like cats. She did not like cats. She as old as she was, she'd be laying in there all the time, zoom, going through the house. Aw, schnauzers. Aw, Molly, I like that name. Cut it, cut it. That cat's gonna slap you. I love dogs. Great weave dog. Aw, I like schnauzers. A friend of mine had a schnauzer. His name was Moon. I like his little had the little Your goatee is so cute. You have big dogs, right, Nova? Aw, are they real big? You know, every time aw, oh, bullies and a hug. Aw, stop, you guys. Oh, okay. Every time I meet somebody with a bulldog or like the pit bulls, they're always so nice, and I've always been so afraid of them. But they're so nice. I've come to realize the smaller dogs are the ones who bite the fastest. At least the ones I met. Come here. Cora. Come here. Come here. Come on, dude. Come on. Come here. Aw. The pups are the boss, huh? If I ever had, I think I would get probably a big dog. Not a big dog, but I'd get a medium sized dog because I've done the small dogs for a long time. And stop. You're losing your mind, Pat. I like the name Molly. I bet you though it is expensive to get those their hair groomed and everything like that. Do they do the schnauzers? Do they shed? It was not. Oh, that was it. That was my cat. No, he died like maybe about a month ago. He just died about a month ago. He had like a saddleback something or another, and he died. He was really getting old, and he just couldn't. He had a lot of issues. Oh, she does. That's great. That's great. I like it when pets, they don't shed and everything. It makes life a lot easier. But I do know, like when I had Ginger, she didn't shed either. But the grooming was, you had to really, the hair does grow real fast. Like, so you guys got any exciting plans for this weekend? I know I do. But pretty soon I will, though. Uh, it, Actually, with Guy, I have to say he lived a lot longer than everybody thought he was going to live. And I mean, he had a lot. You know, the things about uh, him was he had IBD, and which is usually wasn't. You wouldn't get. That's not even what did it. It was like he had something. We don't know if he had a stroke and it affected his back legs, like a saddleback. I can't. I think that's what it was called. And we went to the doctor. We had MRIs. We had everything that you could do. And then he had the beginning of a heart problem, but never anything where he needed medication for yet. And it's just like the legs were declining, and he might have, they weren't really sure if he had other things going on. He stopped, he'd eat, but he wouldn't eat that much, and then he'd go into where he'd eat, but then he couldn't walk, and it was just horrible. And I went as long as I could until I said, well, this was his. I could tell he was on the very quick decline. So yeah. Aw. I'm sorry, Nova. It's hard. It is really, 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 really hard. But sometimes, that's true. I mean, but I will say, I tried to hold on as long as I could. But then, the quality of life is everything. If an animal, dog or cat, can't go to the bathroom, can't clean themselves, can't walk, you have to start looking at the quality of life. And I mean, he got off. Guy got off of all the prednisone and got off of all of that, got off of all that stuff. They took him off of it because it wasn't doing him any good, and just went on a little bit of blood pressure medicine. That's all he was on. But he wasn't. He never really got any better. It seemed like it was just like steadily decline. That's why I said no. It was time. And when he couldn't go to the bathroom anymore, he couldn't even do that. And I'm like, there's nothing else we could do. And I had to, you know. I I miss him, but I don't miss seeing him like that. If I could have him back where he was good, if I could have him back when he was feeling better, or if he could just got up and walked to get water, or walked to the bathroom and didn't have to be, taken to the bathroom, hold him up, you know, and all that. He had to lay in the no. Uh-uh. I felt no, this isn't quality of life anymore. And it's that quality of life, and what they can do for themselves, and you can't do it for them. I can't do those things for him. So no, it was hard. It was a hard decision. But it's like, what can you do? It wasn't like Ginger. When Ginger passed, she was gonna she if I didn't take her, she was going to die. Him, he might have lived a month more, but he might not. He couldn't go to the bathroom unless I told him there. I had to carry him to the bathroom, so I was like, no, I couldn't. It wasn't good for him. It wasn't fair. So I said, no, this isn't good for him. And I could see he was losing weight. And, I'd take him to the vet, and they would look at him, and, well, he looks about the same. And but he wasn't, because they weren't there with him every day. I can clean him up and take him to the vet, but it's a hard decision. Excuse me. But I don't regret the decision, because I regret that he lay there so long and I didn't make that decision a little bit, because I was like, well, he could. Some days he had a little better than another day, but never could he get up and walk. He could never just get up and walk around, or couldn't get water that well. And everything he did, I had to do it for him, and that was no problem. Give him gabapentin for pain at the end, and that was it. And they talked about putting back on prednisone, but then they were like, no, that's what gave him the high blood pressure problem. What the hell? Yeah, exactly. When it's time. Only the owner knows that. Nobody else can really tell you. You only know if you've been around your pet that long. You know that this is it. You know, and I don't. I don't ever want to have to do that again. But I've done it several times now, and you kind of know. You just know. I tell you, I couldn't be a vet. I could not do that. It's a hard job. It's a hard job. Oh, so you're gonna put? Who said they were putting decorations up this weekend for Halloween, or? Oh, wait, did I say? I'm sure. Oh, decorating. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, that's nice. I have to wash some clothes. I'm gonna wash my rugs, and stuff like that tomorrow, and um, I have to de just vacuum and stuff. I want to move my furniture around, but I want to get rid of it. Oh my God! Congratulations! Aw, that's coming up fast, isn't it? Does she know it's a boy, a girl? Aw, how beautiful. Now, do you all have like baby showers there or anything like that? That is so exciting. New babies. Oh, wow. Is this her first or you have a lot of grandkids, don't you? I will. I'll take a look at it before I go to bed tonight. Thank you so much, and thanks for coming, Glasgow. I might be back tomorrow. Who knows? Wow! Congratulations, 13. That's wonderful. I will take a look at that tonight. Okay. Sleep well. Have a great day. Well, it's morning now, I guess. Now, do your grandkids do they do all your grandkids live close to you where you can see them on a regular basis? Oh, that's great. They grow up so fast, though. I mean, grandkids, they grow up so fast, and before you know it, they're like teenagers. You know? Okay, well, take care, Nova, and thank you so much for coming. I'm gonna go too. It's kind of late. Well, it's getting late, and I will talk to you later. Okay, thank you. Love you, Nova, and thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Bye, bye, Callum. Take care.